Today, take a look at the Magnetic Helping Hands kit. Okay, so we got our magic clamp that does have rubber padding here on the bottom and on the top to make sure that we're not going to be damaging the surface, and it just spins in and out. So very nice having this thing. It looks like a 1/4-20 mount on the bottom. It's just a standard magic clamp. We got our magnetic arm, so it has a nice strong magnet there on the bottom, a bendable arm, so you can put this in whatever position that we want it, and then we have a hole in the end, and that is going to be for our alligator clips. So we got 5 of these alligator clips, so we actually got 1 extra, which is nice. We got these little threaded screws that are going to help to attach them to those arms. And they have a rubber coated tip, so we don't have to worry about that piercing the insulation on the wires. We'll start that little thumb screw, put in the alligator clip, and then tighten that up. So we got 3 more of those arms, so we can make 3 more of those holders. We got our magic arm for that magic clamp, so we can just thread this onto that thread and get where we want. Lock that collar down. Now you have to do is loosen this. We can move this guy around. Got that arm on the end. We got a big, strong magnet here on the other side. And then whenever we lock that down, it is going to stay like that. So very nice, very easy to manipulate. We got a magnetic base solder gun holder. So this is nice. This is actually the first one of these I've ever seen. So instead of having to have your soldering gun stand over on the side, we can just click this right onto our base and we'll be ready to go. That's very nice. We got our magnifying glass. This also has a light on the end, and we got 2 stages of magnification. That's pretty cool. So this also has magnetic base on the bottom, and we've got our controller. So we got power, brightness up and down, and then the color temperature. This is USB powered, but we have a little power supply for it. It says good for water at 240 volts. That's good for international domestic, and it outputs 2 amps at 5 volts. And then we've got our feet, and we've got our magnetic circuit board holders. So these are pretty awesome because they just have a strong magnetic base and an attraction to each other. So what you can do with this, because it's got this point on the end, you can take the corners of the circuit board, anywhere that's got a hole, you can just drop it right on there and use that to hold in place, or you can put it right inside this little groove. You can use that to squeeze onto the circuit board and hold it in place. So these things are awesome. And then the last piece is this big metal plate. So it does have the label on the bottom. We got a hole on the side, so if we want to, we can hang this up, we can do that. The other side is completely blank, so if you don't want to see the label, we can just flip it around and use the other side. I like having the label, so I'm going to put the feet on this side. So now, let's start sticking things on there. That's a very nice traction. Okay, that's cool. We have got plenty of stuff on here, so much so that we could actually start like taking up space that we need. What's cool about this is you can just kind of use the pieces you need and then put the pieces that you don't need aside. So that is the whole kit. We have got quite a bit of stuff on here. All right. So right now we're at kind of a warm temperature, and if I swap that, we can get a cooler temperature. So really just whatever is more comfortable for your eyes. We can also turn the brightness down, or we can turn it back up. So, if we want to put on a couple new capacitors, just lock it down like that. Okay, so we have got 4 new contacts. All I have to do is clip those leads and those would be ready to go. So yeah, that is a pretty awesome setup. I love having all these options. I love that, like, if I was doing solder seal connections, I could just use these guys to hold the wires. Now I wouldn't have to worry about burning my fingers with a heat gun. So yeah, this is just a fantastic setup. If you're into soldering, this is going to be the type of kit that you want to have.